Well, well, well. Well. We are live again. It's looking like. Hi, everyone who's watching on a replay. Thank you for tuning in. I am Charlotta from London Art Nanny. And yeah, welcome to another Saturday session, guys. This is now on replay. So every Saturday on 2 p.m., we are going live, and it's a free art class for all ages. It's a family event, so everyone is welcome. Now, for today, I've been mentioning to people that we're using glue rolls to do some crafting. We've done quite a bit of painting now for last 2 weeks. So this was last week's Moana painting. We painted the sea and the ship and the beach. So today we are gonna go under the sea and we're gonna be crafting with our glue rolls. Also, we will be painting afterwards, so do keep your brushes close by, and your brushes and your paints and water. I also have my markers here. You will be needing either glue or tape, so I hope you have that as well. And one thing is a stapler. So let's just wait a couple of minutes more before everyone is here. And let's see what else. So paper, glue roll, tape, glue, paint, brushes, water for your brushes, tissue paper. We always need that when we're painting. What else? Whatever crafting materials you have, you can use really, because this is not only about what I'm creating, it's also about you using your own creativity and the materials you have at home. That's why we're using this glue roll, because I thought this is the easiest one for most people to get their hands on. Everyone have these ones laying around. So I hope that that's okay with you guys. I hope that you managed to get one for today. I will give you 2 options to make, and the first one is a shark, and the second one is a mermaid. So you guys decide which one you want to make. Hey, Simone, nice to see you here. Caleb and Neva, are you ready? You have your glue rolls? I hope so. What else? So this one, a stapler. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with making the shark. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna fold this shark like that and make quite a sharp, I don't know what you call it, cringe? What do you call it? Crease in English. So English is my third language, and sometimes I lose my words, especially on live, obviously, because I can't cut and edit this. But anyway, yeah, make a strong crease here. And then I'm putting the stapler and I'm making 3 down here to keep it together. Yeah, to press it together. 1 and 2 and 3. So you have it together like this, if that makes sense. So this part over here will be the tail, and then we'll make a fin on the back. And then we're gonna make sharp teeth, and this will be inside his mouth, if that makes sense. So in here, we're gonna paint it red or pink, and on the outside, we're gonna paint it gray. Let's see, your English is just fine. Thank you so much. I hope you understand. And if you don't understand, watch what I'm doing. I try my best. Yes, so this is gonna be a great white shark. So we're gonna put some gray on the back, white on the tummy, and pink and red inside the mouth. So let's start with the painting part so we can put it to dry to make the details out of paper and cut out the teeth and whatnot. I hope you can see me clearly. Sometimes the first couple of minutes might be a little bit blurry, but I hope you can see okay. Okay, so I'm mixing a little bit of white into black. And then I'm painting the outside gray. And if any one of my older art kids are watching, you guys know this craft already. You're experts at these because we've been making these a while back. Before the lockdown and all of that. Also during my art camp in south of France, we were making these sharks and the kids just seem to love it. So I thought I'll share it with you as well. Now, while I'm looking down on the table, I'm mixing a lovely shade of gray. And then I'm starting to paint on the back over here. So just cover the back with gray like this, all over. And then we'll make the tummy white. There we go. Let's see, who else do we have here? Della Sport, we can see you. That's good to hear. Thank you. Does Caleb and Neva have their rolls ready? Are you painting along? There we go. So now the back is gray, and I'm gonna make the tummy white. Do you know, I have to say, this white that I'm using is from Hobbycraft, and I wouldn't recommend it because it's very runny. I won't order it again, unfortunately. So yeah, I do recommend a few products which I have mentioned on my website, but this is not one of them. But I'm gonna use it up now that I have it anyway, so never mind. You can see now when I paint that it's quite runny. It doesn't cover that well. So next time I'll use a different brand. Anyway, so we're painting the tummy white and covering it all nicely all the way to the edge on the sides, like that. I think I'm gonna have to use a different layer, another layer as well, to make it more white. And the thing is also, when you're crafting with cardboard or this kind of recycled material, the cardboard already is quite brown and dark. So to get a little bit of white into the color, it's always a nice idea. There we go. White on the tummy. Hi, Basina, how are you? Is Calais ready to paint with us? We are diving under the sea today, and we are starting off with making a shark. So you can see that we started painting the back gray and the tummy white, and then we stapled it together on the tail. So we're gonna first paint this part and leave it to dry while we cut out all the details. So I'm adding a little bit more gray in here. And then I will be adding pink inside. It's nice that you're here again, Basina. Oh, wow. Bättre sen än aldrig. Hey, Lena. Lena is in Sweden at the moment. And let's see, Arvid and Victor. Any mer? Vi gör en... Hi. I had to think about it for a second. What is shark in Swedish? Shark in Swedish is hi. But you know what? I'm not going to go into the whole mixing up languages because I always get confused and then I speak like 2 languages at once. So I'm going to stick to English. I know that Arvid and Victor are very good at English, so I'm sure that they'll be able to follow along if they are there. I don't know if they're with you, Lena. But now I'm painting inside of the shark's tummy. And I'm going around and around. I'm using watercolor, so I'm going around and around 10 times to make the color strong and vibrant. I added a tiny bit of that runny white that I had. And then I'm adding red inside the shark's tummy. So go around and around. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of paint on my hands, but I'm not really that bothered. I always do that. I always get paint all over my fingers, and then when I'm finished painting, I just wash them. So Never mind a bit of mess, so we get creative. There we go. So you see it's getting red inside the tummy now. And I think I'll add a little bit of pink towards the back. I don't know if you can see that so well. It's so dark in there. There we go. Nu ska vi se. Viktor är med, Arvid sitter på en Roblox livesändning. Okej. Så Divan, jag vet inte. Okay, now I'm doing it again. I said that I'm not going to speak Swedish. I don't know that program Arvid is watching, but yeah, I'm so disappointed, Arvid. I thought you'll join us to make some sharks. I'm just kidding. But first, Mum Life is saying Calais is just watching you on the iPad, finishing her lunch. She is excited to start. Okay, Calais, you can take your time, and whenever you feel like, you can just follow along now and see how I did it, and then when you have time, make it in your own time. And then I would love to see yours as well. So remember to tag them on Instagram on LDN Art Nanny. I'm gonna make a summary out of this live. Actually, this is the 4th live now, so we've been going live. I think it's the 4th, right? So we've been going live with these free sessions for a month now. So I wanted to round it up with making a video out of it, out of the videos and photos that you guys sent in, just to show everyone the lovely things that you created. So if you want to be part of that video, do remember to tag me on Instagram, LDN Art Nanny. I should write it somewhere here actually, but yeah, at some point. Now I'm putting a little bit of pink here on the outside. And that's gonna be his gums. You know when the shark opens his mouth? It's quite pink around the teeth. Like that. All around. And lastly, before I put this to dry, I'm gonna make the black stripes that goes in the side. So I'm taking a smaller detailed brush. Let's see which one. Maybe that one. Tiny brush. This one I use for face painting as well, because it's great for tiny details. And then I go around in the black paint 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we make, can you see me clearly? It's a little bit darker today because it's not as sunny. I think it should be okay. So I'm making 3 lines here. 1, 2, and 3. And then here. 1, 2, 3. There. And now I will leave this little guy to dry while we make the fin and the teeth for inside the mouth. And I actually already drew them out. So the fin is going to be this shape. So draw this on a piece of paper and cut it out. Like this. And you know, this part over here is the part that we're going to bend. And that's, I don't know why he's doing that. Just say hello. That's just weird. He's creeping around. Anyways.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're not crafting, you're not allowed, okay? You can join us when you're painting. Viro, nice to see you here as well. We're making a shark, and the shark is over here drying. So he's red in the tummy, gray in the back, white on the tummy. And this is gonna... What are we making? Lena is saying, hi, David.
Hi, Lena.
He's being weird. And Simone is saying, hi, David, as well. Yeah, he was crawling on the floor almost. Did you see that? That's more embarrassing than just walking, right? Anyways, thank you for trying. 10 points for trying. Now, anyways, I was saying, to answer viral, To answer Wyro, we are making a shark, a great white shark, and we painted a loo roll and we stapled it together on the what do you call it, tail, and then made some pink inside, pink and red inside, gills on the side, and now we're cutting out the fin. So that's the fin, and then we cut it out like that. And this part over here is where you cut in the middle, like that. And this is what you're gonna glue it on with. So you bend one backwards and one in front, like that. And then we're gonna add glue on these sides and glue it on the back. But before that, I'm gonna paint this one gray as well to make it match the back. So I'm adding a layer of gray paint all over the fin. I drew it in black marker so you would see it more clearly. Normally I just cut it out. But you can draw it with a pencil or just cut straight, however you feel. So now again, I'm getting more paint on my fingers. And there we go. So that's the fin. And this one is gonna dry for a bit while we make the sharp teeth. I am using a little bit thicker paper, but whatever paper you have at home, use that. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. Yes, Vyra, we are making a shark. Now I'm gonna cut zigzag for the teeth. So this part will be glued inside the mouth and then the teeth will stick out of the roll. So I'm gonna make it more or less like this. Let's see if that's gonna take a clean, do I have a roll somewhere? This one. Gonna make it like that. Okay, like this. And then we're zigzagging all over from side to side. Hi, pedestrian. Nice of you to join us today. Are you crafting or are you just viewing for today? Remember, these are also available on replay. And we're doing these sessions every Saturday, the same time. So now I'm just cutting these zigzags like that to make sharp teeth. Like that. And like that. All the way to the other side. And then we're gonna add some glue and stick it in. I think I'm gonna cut this down a little bit so it doesn't cover all the red inside the tummy. So chop, 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 like this. And like that. Now what I was saying was I'm gonna cut this one in half as well so it doesn't cover so much of the inside of the shark. I'm just cutting it straight like that. I'm leaving enough to glue it on, like this. And then I am taking this one. Let me see, I think this shark should be dry enough. Yeah, so see, if you're using poster paint, it might need a little bit longer to dry. This one is dry enough, I think, so I'm just gonna stick them on. But yeah, I'll do it now and then you'll see how to do it and then you can just do it in your own time. So I'm using glue stick and just adding glue on this part over here. So a long line like that. And then I'm sticking it inside like this. Easier said than done. Let's put it like this, and then you roll it and press it. This is a little bit tricky, but I'll get there. There you go. If you're doing this together with your kids, they might need a little bit of help with that part. So there we go. There's the sharp teeth. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Yeah, does that make sense? Hold on, where are the eyes? The eyes are a bit like up here, kind of, I think. I'm gonna add the eyes over there. But first, I'll glue on this one. I think that one is fairly dry as well. So I'm putting glue on these flips over here and sticking it on. There and there. Put enough glue so it sticks on properly. And let's see. We're gonna put it, wait a minute, this way. Like that. And sticking it on like this. So now I can flip it up like that. And I think all kids should make recycled toys at home. And you can use anything really. If you've seen my other videos, you can use egg boxes, loo rolls, boxes, all sorts of materials that you already have in your kitchens and in your homes. So that you don't need to buy all the toys, especially now it's a bit tricky to go to the shop and buy more toys. So use a lot of materials that you have already in the kitchen and at home and create your own toys. Make robots, make sharks, make fairies and castles, princesses. If Neva is watching, you can make a princess maybe. One day we'll paint and make a castle, because I know that you want to do that, right? Okay, so an eye goes, I'm gonna take some black and put an eye up here. I'll make an angry eye, I'll try. Actually, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use a Sharpie to make it more clear. So I'm making an angry eye like that. And on the other side, like that, okay? So that is the shark. Now for the mermaid, and this I haven't actually done before. I just quickly made a sketch before I came on. And let's see if we can make it. For those of you who were here last week, this is the painting that we created, a Moana seascape. This one is also available on replay if you want to do that one. But yeah, the mermaid. So what I did was I drew it like this. So this part is as long as a roll. And this one is going to go all around it. And then that will be the tail. So when we paint it, this is going to be like the head and the top body, and this is going to be the tail part. So I'm going to cut this one out and glue it on the roll, okay? So yeah, draw this one long enough to cover the whole roll, and then you add a tail. Or if you want to, you can only make the tail and then stick the tail on like that. But I want to cover this gray and make it a bit more clear. So I'm going to cover the whole roll with paper. Yeah, I'm just cutting it out like this. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut off the black part as well, because I'm not a big fan of the black lines. Maybe I'll leave a little tiny bit of it, like this. And then we chop this part off all the way to the end. Like that. And again, it's not so precise. Just have fun with it. And over here, that's the tail part. And I think I'm gonna make my tail green. I'll cut off a little bit more of that black marker. So does this make sense for you guys? Arvid is giving me a thumbs up for the shark. Thank you so much, Arvid. I should actually put it up here to dry while we do this mermaid. And here we go. So this is for the mermaid. And then we're going to glue it on like this. Let's see. It can be a tiny bit shorter. It will still cover the whole mermaid. So like that. And I'm adding glue to all of the backside. If you don't have glue, you can also tape it on. I hope you have some sort of a paper glue laying around that you can use for this. Is Riley watching, by the way? I think he was gonna come on today. He is an expert at making paper roll crafts. So I hope that he's watching right now. I'm not sure. Let's see if he shows up. Anyways, now I've added glue and I'm rolling it all around like that. I'm gonna add a little bit more glue on this side so it sticks on really nicely. Now I'm using a thicker paper, so it's being a little bit stubborn, but it should be okay. So this is gonna be a mermaid. And I'm gonna paint the tail green. Green tail and. Then we're gonna make the face up. Wait, let me see. The face will be up here, and then we add some hair to the sides. So let's start with the green. And again, I'm going 10 times around in the color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we paint all over the tail like this. It's a little bit tricky to paint up here, but I'll manage, I think. Just try not to drip on the floor. I hope you have a table cover, or if you don't have a table cover, put a newspaper or something underneath so that you don't get paint on your table or on your floor. The less you need to worry about stains and stuff like that, the more fun you can have while creating. So I'm painting the green on both sides of the tail. And remember, you can mix different shades of all the colors as well. Like that. Adding a little bit more green, a little bit more blue or yellow to the green to get new shades. It's a little bit tricky to paint this in there. Wait 1 second. I'll cover that tail. I'll make the tail up here as well, green all the way till here. There we go. It's actually quite a big tail. If you want, you can make it smaller. Hey, Costel. So nice of you to join us today. How are you? Costel has a very funny art channel as well. He's hilarious. He always cracks me up with his jokes. One time he had a granny visiting his video, and I don't know. You're very, very, very funny, Costel. I love your videos. There we go. So now the whole tail is green. Now I'm gonna try to make some sort of a skin color for this lady. Let's see what shade she will be. You never really know what will come out. Let's see. I'm gonna put a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow. See if we can get some sort of a peachy shade of a skin color, peachy brown. A little bit more pink. I'm mixing here on the table. And then let's see how it looks on white paper now. It's quite pale actually, but never mind. I'll leave it like that. She's been under the sea, so she didn't catch a tan. And this lady, I think we should give her a name. Do you have any names for this mermaid lady? Let's put that skin color all around like this and like that. There. This one will bend less once it's dried. Like that. Cover, and then I'm gonna take a smaller brush. I'm gonna paint think she's gonna have pink hair, this one. I had pink hair once, a few years ago, for a festival. It was just for one day though. It was a washout one. IG Fine Art, hello. How are you today? Are you painting with us? So I'm going around in the pink color now, and then I'm gonna make like a little bit of a fringe for this lady. It's gonna have a pink fringe. Like that. I'm actually missing that pink hair now, come to think of it. It will be quite fun for summer. There we go. And let me think about this for a second. I think we should make the pink down here because it's gonna be like her hair. It's going all the way down on the neck, right? Like that. A little bit over the tail as well. It's not so precise, but roughly like this. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of pink on her cheeks like that. It's tricky to paint up in the air. I hope you can see. Here's her pink cheeks. Maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. Is this dry enough to draw on? And then I'm gonna make shell bikini, which will be purplish pink maybe. Could be cute. Let's go around a little bit more. And I'm just gonna make 2 dots like shells, and then once it's dried, you can add details to it. So like that. Here's one side of the bikini, and here's the other side of the bikini. Shell bikinis. There we go. And this one is running a bit. Let me see if I can get it to dry quicker. Sometimes when I paint, I use a hairdryer to dry the paint quicker. But not today because it's making too much noise and lights. Drying it a bit so it won't run because I'm holding it up. Okay, let's make the eyes and a little smile. I think I'm gonna make the eyes over here. There we go, a little smile. Like that. How is the weather where you guys are, by the way? Yesterday it was pouring down in London, but today it's sunny again. We were out in the park for a bit for a jog before I came here on live. There, how does that look? I'm gonna let this one dry for a bit. What I was thinking was to make a bit of curls out of white paper. Let's see if that works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this into 2 sides like that. And then I open it up a little bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Paint these ones pink. And then we're gonna stick it to the side like her curls are hanging down a bit on the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times around in the pink. And then I'm covering these hair strips. And then I will put some glue and stick them on. I think they need to dry for a bit. Okay, so while this one is drying, so I made the strips like this, and then you can roll them up afterwards and add them to the side of the mermaid. She'll have a longer hair here on the side, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna let all of that dry for a bit now. And then, as promised, we are gonna dive under the sea. Here's the shark that we made earlier, if someone just came in. So that's a simple shark out of a loo roll. The tail is stapled together like that. Yeah? Anyways, I put a paper ready behind this little thing. And then, it's lovely and sunny where you are, Della Sports. You are on what do you call it again? Isle of Man, I think. Yeah, Isle of Man. Yeah, that's it. It's nice to hear that it's sunny where you are as well. It gets a bit heavy when it's raining because you can't even go to your garden or anything like that when it's raining too much. The thing with this lockdown is that at least we can enjoy a little bit of time outdoors in some parts. So this is the bottom of the sea now. And you can make some corals and seaweeds and different things coming up like that. And what I was thinking was, if you have a like old shoebox or something like that hanging around at home, I have this massive box, but just like an example, you can add this painting to the back of that box, and then you can hang the shark down here, and you can place the mermaid to sit down here as well. So that will make it into a little box art. And then your kids can play with it. And they made their own toys out of recycled materials. No need to go to the shop. Hey Emma, nice that you're joining. Let me see. Let me make some corals here as well. Corals can be any shapes, really. Oh, why don't we make a treasure chest down here as well? Yes, I love man. Sorry, I know that, Simone. Okay, here's a treasure chest going down like this, and someone has dropped it down in the sea. And then we have a lock. It's gonna be like that. Okay. And then, so for the background, I'm gonna paint it blue. And you guys know that I can do this for ages and ages, so don't feel pressured to stay here for the full life, but whoever wants to join, do join in. So I mentioned before, I can see a couple of more people join now. So we're making box art, and this will be the background of the box. And then we're making a shark and a mermaid out of loo rolls that will be playing inside. And I'm gonna cover this whole thing with blue now. And I think I actually want a bigger brush, let's take that one, because it's quite a big paper. And then you go around the color 10 times to make it strong and vibrant. And I'm gonna color this whole thing. And then you can decide what kind of creatures you want to be swimming in the background in your box art. And this is also one of the activities that I did in south of France during my art camp. If any of you guys are watching, hi to you guys. I miss you guys, and I hope, fingers crossed, we can do that again this summer. It's not looking too great at the moment, but if we're able to do the art camp in south of France, I would love that. I've been missing you guys for the whole year. Some of you are in London though, so at least that. Okay, more blue, and I'm painting all over this as well. You can cover the drawings because it's under the sea, so it's going to have a little bit of a blue shape to it. And we're putting blue all the way down to the bottom of the sea. Here we go. And if any of you make any of the crafts that we did today, I would love to see it. So do share with us on Instagram on LDN Art Nanny. LDN Art Nanny. And I'm gonna make a summary out of everything that you've sent in for the last 4 weeks. And I'm gonna post that in this coming week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna post that video and show you guys all the lovely things that the other kids made, kids and adults. Because art is for all ages. The ones that we painted yesterday, where did I put it? I put it somewhere. The painting that we made last time and the one before is also it's nice for adults as well to paint it. So these sessions are not only for kids or not only for adults, it's for the whole family. And you can just make it on your own level, basically. But I try to keep it as simple as possible and as easy as possible so all ages can follow along. And you can do it as a teamwork as well and paint together with your kids if you want. So blue, 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 all the way down here. And then there's going to be a little bit of hills here in the backside from the bottom of the sea, and I'm going to make that in a darker shade of blue. So I'm mixing up blue and taking quite a lot of color and less water. I'm using water paint right now, and then I'm making some hills here in the far distance. And that's just gonna blend in by itself like that, and maybe some seagrass there as well. Like that to get some depth to the picture. You can make it as detailed as you want, or just let it blur in a little bit. So the thing with getting proportion and depth into the picture is to make the colors closer by a bit more vibrant, and the ones that go back in the background, they're a bit dimmed and a bit more blurry. So we're gonna make more details on this side and less details back here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more of things here in the background, maybe some here. Like that. I actually ran out of painter's tape, so I'm just using normal tape now. I ordered some more, but it's being a bit slow, the delivery, which is understandable. I guess we all have to be a little bit patient during these times. Things take a little bit longer. Like that. Let's see what we're saying here. Mommy Cleans is saying, hi, Charlotta. I've been running this in the background, but can't sit and watch at the moment. Looks great, though. Thank you so much, Charlotte, for watching as well. I'm going to make these ones in green and that one in yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times around in the green. Can this one fit here, maybe? Or will it fall off? Might go swimming. No, it stays there. It's over there. Now I'm gonna add some green to these ones. I'm trying to speed up with this painting a bit because I'm not sure if you're painting along or not. And yeah, try not to drag out on it too much. And because the other paintings that we made were quite detailed, I thought we'll make a simple one this time that anyone can make. There we go. Like that. And then what shall we do next? So a little tiny bit of green to those ones as well, just a hinge, like that. That's all right. Okay, let's make that one yellow. Actually, I'm gonna add a little bit of pink into the yellow to get a nice shade of sand. Because sand is not only yellow, it has a little bit of, now my water is getting quite dark. Let's see if I can get the right shade, or if I need to, yeah, that should be okay. So I'm mixing pink and yellow here on my table. And then I'm adding a tiny bit of that running white that I showed you in the beginning. And then I'm painting the bottom of the sea down here. So you see, it's not only one shade of yellow, it's blended in with different shades. Art by Nita is here as well. Hi, nice of you to join us. And here, I will be adding this all over like that. So that is my sand shade. Mixing a little bit more and covering this whole part. I think that one could be a tiny bit darker in shade. Here we go. So those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Charlotta and I run art classes for kids in London. And on this channel, I also share my own artworks and things that I get up to in my art classes. So if you want to get inspired with things to do with your kids at home, do subscribe to the channel because I post quite a lot and I have a whole playlist of things that you can do with kids at home out of recycled materials. So if you find that useful and helpful, do subscribe and do check out the other videos as well. Here we go, all the way there. Minna, Charlotta is here. Hey, vad roligt att du kom. Yeah, so we are painting under the sea today. And we also made sharks. And we got a mermaid waiting to dry over here. She needs a little bit more details, but that's the idea anyway. And these ones are drying now before we finish them off. In case your kids are joining Minna, that's what we've been doing until now. I'm just trying to get this one not to fall off. It's laying there to dry now. Okay, so we need, I'm gonna take a different brush and I'm gonna add pink to the corals over here, pink and red. Make that a bit colorful. And as mentioned, in this painting, I'm not going to do any smaller details. This is as easy as it gets for smaller kids to be able to join as well. There we go. But we can make some corals over here as well. Make it a bit colorful. Here and there. And if you want, you can paint an octopus or starfish, or what other sea creatures can you think of? Maybe a scuba diver. I'm adding brown to the treasure chest over here. Like that. And also, as mentioned earlier, I run art classes over on Zoom. So I do online art classes for kids, starting from 6 years old. And I've done one earlier today. I've got more coming on Monday. And we do all sorts of things, the things that we do in these lives as well. But the thing is with Zoom is that I can see you as well here on this YouTube. I can't see you, so I can't see how it's working out for you guys. But yeah, that's the advantage with Zoom, is that you can see each other and you can communicate with me. And that is also private bespoke sessions, so I can take kids' wishes into consideration. So today we're making sports cars, and you can imagine that that is not my strongest side to draw sports cars, but it was fun still, and I felt like I learned myself as well. So yeah, it was a boy's birthday. He was turning 8 today, so he wanted to do art on his birthday. Okay, what shall we do about the line? I think it could be yellow, maybe. Let's see if it turns yellow, even though it's has a blue base, or if it might be a little bit greenish. Let's see. I think that color is okay because it's still under the sea, so it doesn't have to be too bright. That should be okay. So, what else should we add to the bottom of the sea? I think that's quite okay as it is, like a background. Then you can add more fish and sharks and whatnot to it. Let's see what you guys are saying. De La Sport is asking if Adventures Life Squad, if the boys are taking part. They're sleeping at the moment. Okay, I wonder if any of the kids are taking part today, because it's a little bit quiet today. We only got 9 people online at the moment, so it's not as busy as it gets sometimes. But I hope that some of the kids are taking part. Okay, I will rewatch it and have them try this out. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Caleb has finished. He loved it. You finished it already. You're so quick. You're super speedy. Did he make the mermaid as well, or the shark? Neva is still busy. Is Neva making the mermaid? I think this one has dried a bit now, so now I can add a little bit more details. And leave that one, the painting, to dry for a minute now and carry on with this one. So I am adding glue to the hair. So these are the hair strips that I cut out. I'm adding glue. And if you joined later and you want to do any of these things that I've already done, you can watch this on replay. So I'm adding it to the side like this, and then I'm gonna roll it up with a tiny little brush. Like that on both sides. Let's see if I can roll it and make it cute. I'll try my best. I wonder if Neva is making a mermaid. Okay, I'm rolling it up now with this kind of tiny little brush to make some curls in the paper, in the hair. I wonder if Minna Charlotta, is Minna's kids painting along today? I've seen so beautiful paintings from your kids, Minna. I really love them. I'm gonna post it in the video next week because they've done so well. Hey, there's some curls for this little mermaid. We didn't give her a name yet. What name shall we give this little mermaid? Minna is saying yes. Yeah, they're doing so well, Minna, your kids. What were the names? Milla and Ronja, right? Was it Ronja? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I have a terrible memory, but I would remember it might have been Ronja and Milla that has sent in such gorgeous paintings. I've been so impressed. And also Neva and Caleb have been sending in their beautiful artworks as well. Actually, Simone made a whole video out of them taking part of the art class. It was so much fun to see how it looks like on the other side. So check out Simone's channel if you want to see how her kids did in the art class. She posted a whole video about it. It was so fun to see, Simone. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing with us. Anyways, here's the curls. And now the bikini is dry. These are shells, meant to be shells. So I'm gonna add a little bit of details to the shells. I'm gonna make a line here for the bikini, shell bikini. like that. And she's a smiley one. I think we could add some details to the tail as well, you know, make those kind of bumpy things for, what do you call them in English? You know, the things that they have on the tail, these bumpy things. What do you call them in English? Does anyone know? Those things. Actually, I'm gonna use a different shade. I'll make a couple more with this one. And you can make these as detailed or as simple as you want. And don't compare with others. Don't compare with mine, or don't compare with others that you see on Instagram, because we are all making it in our own way. And the main thing is to have fun. Doesn't really matter that much if it turns into a masterpiece or not. Of course, it's always fun when you succeed, but I heard someone say you have to first make a few mistakes to be able to succeed. So everything is a learning curve. Never compare yourself with others' artworks. And I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Yours. Do you know Minna's kids, Ronja and Milla? They are so talented that I feel they're making nicer pictures than me. I can't wait to share it with you guys in the video next week. Really, really fantastic artworks. So I haven't done a mermaid like this before. We used an egg box in my other classes when we made mermaids. So this is the first time for me as well. So I'm kind of testing my way. I guess these ones could have made with a darker green instead of black, but it's okay. Never mind. It's fine. I have all these Sharpies here with all the colors and different shades. So every single color has different saturations and different values, meaning you can mix so many different shades from the same color. And then I'm adding a little bit more of these on the tail. Like that. Just keep it simple. Trying to do this quite quick as well. So, did any of you make the under the sea painting, or have you mainly been crafting? You know, personally, I love doing these lives on Saturdays, even if it would only be a couple of people joining, because I love crafting and I love painting myself. And now during this lockdown and quarantine, it's nice to connect with other people, isn't it? So even if it's just a couple of you, I love making these. Now it's 10 people watching. Hi to everyone who aren't taking part of the chat. If you want to join the conversation, do say hello in the chat box. So let me know you're here, and let me know if your kids are taking part. And yeah, if you do any of our crafts, remember to share it on Instagram. Just drawing a little bit more details to this mermaid. I don't know. What do you think? You get the idea, right? Now I'm looking forward to seeing yours, because I don't know. I think mine could have been a little bit better, but hey, it's okay. It's just a paper roll. If it doesn't work out, it's just recycling anyway. What else? She doesn't have arms, this one. Maybe we can make her arms here on the side somehow. Let me think for 1 second. We could give her some sort of arms, couldn't we? I've seen other people make these ones as well online. And it's always fun to get ideas from other people as well and then make it into your own craft. I'm gonna add some more color to these shells. Is it shells or is it looks a bit like lotus flowers? Gonna make a line for her fringe as well, like that. Let me see, I think I saw Jessica. Jessica has a friend's birthday today, so he's super busy playing on Xbox with him on an online party. That's so fun that they could do an online party. I was thinking about kids that have their birthdays during the lockdown. My godson, for example, Jeremiah, he was a bit upset that he couldn't have a birthday and he couldn't have his friends coming over on his birthday. But hey, we make the most out of what we can right now. And it's great that your friend has an online party at least. So Riley, you enjoy that and have fun with your friends. Okay, Riley, if you watch this on the replay. Riley, do you know what Riley did? Jessica's son, he made what do you call these? A roll. He made me out of a loo roll. That was so cute. He made one of me and one of himself, and they are so, so cool. I have to share that in the video next week as well. I love all of these things that you guys are sending in. It's super, super adorable. Okay. Shall we call this finished, maybe? Do I need to add more details to the tail? I think I'm gonna call that one finished. You guys can add more details if you want, but that is our 1 hour session for today. Let's see, so as mentioned, to those of you who came on later, you can use a shoe box or any sort of box that you have at home. Glitter, yes, Jessica, some glitter would be lovely. I don't have it here now. We are not in my art studio because I wanted to come out here where the Wi-Fi sometimes is a little bit faster so that you don't get a too blurry picture. So I have the glitter back there. But yeah, add some glitter. It sounds fun. To the mermaid or maybe to the picture. Now what I was saying was, if you have a box laying around, shoe box or anything like that, you can add this one in the background. I'm leaving it there now because it needs to dry. And then you can have the mermaid sitting down here. And then you can hang the shark from a string. And it can be waving around here in front of the waves, if that makes sense, in front of the background and the sea. And then your kids can play with it, and they've made their own little scenery toys, just out of recycled materials. Isn't that fun? You can make anything out of just a little bit of recycled materials. I think one last thing before we go is I'm gonna add some fish to this sea. Now that this background has dried, let's take it darker. I'm gonna add some small, tiny fish up here. And these ones swim together, so I'm gonna make a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Tiny fish in the background. And let's see, Adventures Life Squad. I'm loving the mermaid. I'll let my kids try this creation. We have lots of those rolls. Yeah, that's nice to hear. Do let me know how they turn out and share the outcome with me. On your way out, we are coming to an end of this session now. On your way out, please hit the like button if you liked this session. And we are live again on next Saturday, same time, 2 p.m. Before that, I'm gonna post a video of what you guys have created. So please do send in your things as well to LDN Art Nanny, and I will feature your artworks in the video next week. Thank you, Byron, for joining. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Lena, if you're still there. Who else did we have here? Thank you, everyone. Emma. Thank you so much, Charlotte, as well. Thank you for coming. Minna and your daughters, Ronja and Milla, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, let's see what we come up with for next week. If you have any ideas or any wishes about what you or your family would like to create in these sessions, do let me know. And other than that, I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.